This might get a little scientific, but this video will change your life. These are skills that you can use for the rest of your life from a neuroscientist. There is a lot of data that shows that glymphatic clearance is an important process. From the lab of Eric Kandel, a neuroscientist who won the Nobel Prize, there is strong proof that certain types of exercise cause a hormone-like molecule called osteocalcin to be released into the bloodstream. These are what Columbia University found. A protein called osteocalcin is known to help a part of the brain called the hippocampus, which helps with both learning and remembering. Cardiovascular exercise twice a week will improve blood flow, which will in turn improve the health and function of the brain as a whole. Because of this, there is a lot of cognitive failure over time, and dementia is just a result of the brain not getting enough blood. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and the notification bell to stay updated on our daily videos. Because of this, many people have problems with both their heart health and their ability to think clearly. This is, once again, the best way to deal with it. The problem with being overweight is not just fat weight. Muscle weight is also a problem. There is another reason why lifters keep dying for unknown reasons. Even if it's not the best thing to do, a lot of them spend all their time getting their beds comfortable. When it comes to how well the brain works, most people will benefit from resting on their back and not having too much weight in their neck and torso. Here are a few things I want to talk about before I forget them. I brought this up because activity during the day increases the rate of glymphatic clearance at night. I brought this up because it has secondary effects on lymphatic flow and blood circulation. What about the effects that show up right away? The instant effects brings us to osteocalcin, and the direct effects of exercise on brain function and help come from stimulating the skeleton and doing weight-bearing exercise. I think we forget about this when we do aerobic work again, because it's something that happens when we exercise. You help keep the blood moving in a good way. Lymphatic system clears out waste, but osteocalcin is made by the bones. It is a hormone that is made by the bones and then released into the bloodstream. Then it goes to the brain, where it helps the brain work better. How does this arrangement of bones work when it comes to carrying weight? When the structure is holding weight, it makes perfect sense that osteocalcin would be released. If it wasn't being used, the brain would have no reason to keep working to keep itself going. How does the brain know that the body is being used? You might ask. So, you make a good point, because calcium is the information that needs to be sent between the brain and the body. The body knows that the brain is aware that the body is being used to carry weight. It's almost like the body is saying, "Oh, we trained today," or "I did calisthenics today." That's not all how it works. There are many ways to do this because there is a hormone signal that can send that information to the brain. There are a few places on the internet that, in my opinion, show how great the work that Edo Portal is doing is. Edo Portal is really active in this movement because of its culture, but it's just a phenom. Not only does he do exercises like push-ups and burpees that are pretty linear, but he also does a lot of exercises that are not linear and are not dynamic. On a basic level, he talks about how volatile and flexible the character is. People doing basic exercises like push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, dips, and jump squats. Weight-bearing sports. It is well known that an older person's grip strength can be used as a tool to figure out how well their brain works. How come that would be the case? Upper motor neurons are in charge of controlling actions that are done on purpose. Upper motor neurons are really involved in grip strength, and you can test this when you're pulling weights. Lower motor neurons are nerve cells in your spinal cord that send neurotransmitters to the muscles to make them tighten. Let's say you have a very strong grip and are even able to do a one-sided action because of it. If you really clench the other hand, you will be able to move more weight by doing more reps. This is because you are using the whole system of upper motor neurons to lower motor neurons, which sets off a chain of neural events. People should do something that makes them stronger at least 3 to 4 days a week. But when you say minimum, there isn't much room for that maximum. But doing something that puts weight on your body at least 3 to 4 days a week, being able to jump, and having strong grips are all strongly linked to how well you think as you get older. Why would that happen again? These hormone messages are sent from the rest of the body to the brain. Does the fact that we are doing a lot of activities with weights on them make you smarter? Not likely at all. In fact, it's likely that both of us know people who work out a lot but aren't thought to have the sharpest minds. There is no doubt that you have a lot more to learn. The issue of how to learn better was talked about. But if you do this type of resistance training 3 or 4 times a week, your body sends a message to your brain that tells it to keep your cognitive ability fixed and even improved it. Some mouse studies have shown that doing cardio can boost the number of neurons in the brain. Because of this, the subject has been getting a lot of attention lately. That might be true for mice, but not for people at all. It's not so much about adding new neurons to the brain as it is about making the ones you already have work better. I think one of the reasons so much research has been done on cardiovascular exercise is because it's easy to make mice run on a wheel, which they love to do. This is one reason why I wouldn't put as much focus on adding new neurons to the brain. It is harder to get them to work out with weights. In the name of doing load-bearing exercise, researchers do cruel things to mice. The mice have one of their legs cut off, so they have to work around on the other leg while the leg that was cut off supports the weight of their buddies. This past year, a beautiful paper was released that showed that when people do resistance exercise, they make a small amount of something called microRNA, which is RNA. This is one more reason why people should do weight-bearing training. In current times, the ways that different studies on humans are done have gotten better. They leave the muscle in the form of tiny bubbles called vesicles and go to the fat, where they play a part in helping the body burn fat. The name of the complex makes it clear that this is what will happen. Considering what has been said, it shouldn't be a wonder that resistance exercise has an effect on the number of calories burned, which can indirectly help fat loss when calorie intake is low. But resistance training helps lipolysis, which is when body fat is broken down and used as energy. There are many benefits to doing physical work, at least 150 to 180 minutes per week. In addition to strength training 3 to 4 times a week. It doesn't have to be very hard or heavy, but it does have to take some work. But the osteocalcin system makes sure that all of the work isn't for nothing. That's it for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We post videos every week, so stay notified. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video.